Yo, 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 what's up, Kwanza Global
Hey.
family? Back with another episode 15.
Ooh.
We're gonna call this episode Success in the Vision.
Yes.
It has been a little minute and we're back again. Some
We're
more
happy
episodes
to
for
be
you
back because it's better to be back stronger than not at all. Or
all. Yep.
yeah.
Got some good work in. You know, we
We're
always
back
coming
with the
back.
goodies.
We're always gonna come back with some heat for you guys.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this episode because I feel like us, especially young adults, whoever, I don't care, it doesn't matter whether you're an adult or, you're getting there. I feel like this podcast is really for everyone. There's no age limit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like for certain people, it's really hard to see themselves into the moment. So it's called Success is in the Vision because you need to understand that in order to get to where you want to be in life, you really got to believe it. You've got to see yourself there. It doesn't matter whether it's talking about it with your kids, if you have kids, or talking about it with yourself, dreaming about it, just see yourself there, I always all the time. You've gotta, I think that's what they call it, manifesting. You've gotta manifest it. You've gotta see yourself there. You gotta see yourself to that point in life where you're actually doing what you're supposed to do. And
it's essentially having confidence too.
Exactly.
So seeing yourself wherever you're seeing yourself in the future, whatever you're trying to build, whether it's a company, whether it's a store, whatever it is you're trying to get to in the future, whatever career, whatever it is that you're dreaming. It's seeing yourself there. It comes with the confidence that you have. Mm-hmm. So that confidence, has to be, up there. You don't want to doubt yourself. There's already people who don't, are doubting you or, aren't sold on whatever it is. You have to believe in it before anyone else does.
I think
at the end of the day, that vision.
It is
so
you
true. Seeing it, because it's personal to you and because it's something that you see,
that's what it should actually matter the most. It has to be so personal to that point.
You have to believe it more because only you can see it. So if you explain it to someone, because it's not their vision, they won't understand it. So you can't afford to doubt yourself because specifically you see yourself. You see how it's going to be and how things are going to work out in a certain way. So if someone else doesn't see it that way, they doubt it. You can't blame them for that. It's not their job to believe in you or understand the vision. But it's yours because it's your vision. It's personalized to you. God gave you that vision for you. So you see the success in it and how it's going to go. So don't doubt it and beat yourself up, along the way when, when it gets hard and tough. You have to believe in yourself. You have to understand this is you see the vision, you understand it, you believe it, and it will work out. And you keep pushing.
Yeah.
Everything that comes along the way is part of
it really is
the vision coming true.
It's also about faith, honestly.
Absolutely.
Because they say any dreams, I don't care, anything that you're going to do, don't plan the goals and then pray. You've got to pray. Mm-hmm. Pray first and then set up your goals. That way,
Amen.
That's how God works. That's how all your goals will work eventually. And then also, it's really about seeing every opportunities. You're literally seeing opportunities in every obstacles that would ever trying to come in your way. Mm-hmm. So never be disappointed, of failures and
just get right back
and
up.
then don't let it take it out in you. Don't let it take everything out in you because honestly, no one can stop you. There is no one in this. There is no one. No one can stop you if you don't stop yourself. You gotta keep hustling however you can, however you can, however you want, however you can, because it's really all about you and your journey and really, like you said, seeing yourself there. All of that comes with confidence. Because if you're not confident enough in your own dreams, if you're not confident in the potentials you have, no one can place that in you if it's not you. You know, like I always, it's funny because I like bringing up examples and just talking. I don't know, like I'm kind of like a visionalist kind of a person. Even when I was in college, like when the teacher was taught, I mean when the professor would like teach, I'm like, I've got to see, like, show me an example of how to do it. And that's how I better understand. So I'm gonna bring up this example. I remember when I started college for the first time at SUNY Jefferson College in Watertown. It was so funny because like when I first started college, and it's intense. You see people walking here and there, and because it was like an all white school, like I was very shy because like a lot of people, like a lot of white people were I was like the second or probably the only black students in most of my classes. Like we're just like 1 out of 2, like 3 out of like basically you can barely see us there. But like I was always like so nervous to go in class until I got used to it over the semesters. But I was like, I would never be able to graduate. Like I would always feel like, I would always think to myself like, how can I look at all these people? They're all white. They seem educated. Like and who knows? The professor might be racist. It may not like me. I mean, like, it may just give me a bad grade over and over again. And then like but then like I kept like visualizing myself every day graduating. Like I had no idea it was gonna be hard. There was still times when I was like, I could never pass that class. That biology, I hate biology. I hate science. I'm not a science person. I hate it. So like when I had those classes, and most of my classes obviously had these kind of majors, it was extremely hard because I was like, oh my gosh, I could never pass these classes. I remember I attended my first graduation, and it was at night. They had a first graduation at night. I was there, and I was looking at these people walking on the stage, getting their diplomas, and it was so exciting. It was so beautiful. I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm gonna be here forever. I don't think I'll be able to ever walk the stage and get them diploma. And I was just like, oh my gosh, this seems tough, because all these people that just kept walking were white, and they seemed very smart. And then one thing that I didn't have, that I missed, that I completely did not understand, it was like at some point these people where I was at, they all first started from high school. They may not have the same experience that I was experiencing because I was black, but at the end of the day, they still started, like they first started college. They all came from high school. They all started from somewhere. That didn't stop them from pursuing their dreams and going for from graduating. That didn't really stop them, because at the end of the day, they probably did had some fear of thinking that it's too hard, like I can't do it. Some class might be a struggle. What I'm trying to say is that everybody has their own insecurity. Everybody has their own struggle or whatever that may be, but they're not gonna show it. Obviously, no one knows what everyone goes behind doors. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really gotta put yourself out there. Like I had no, even though I had this weird thought in the back of my head saying that you're black, they may not like you, I did put myself out there, and I graduated, and I graduated with a really high GPA. And not only that, but like I made so much friends, so much cool people, and they were white, because I really did put myself out there. I didn't let what I was feeling stop me, because because of what I was thinking. Like, I really did saw myself there graduating and making it, because I knew I had no choice. It was no turn back. I could not turn back. I'm already here, so I have to embrace my journey. I have to embrace this moment right here, And if I had to keep myself away from any distractions, I did it. You know, I did not let myself. I did not let my feelings stop me from going after my dream, which was graduating from college at that point when I first started from high school. So every person has that struggle, and some people don't end up finishing college. So if you finish college, by the way, if you graduated class of 2022, congratulations, because I know people don't understand. College is hard, period. You've got a lot to balance. You've got a lot of changes coming up that you don't even know. You're going through a lot during classes. People don't understand, education, getting that degree is a lot. It doesn't matter whether it's a 2-year college or 4-year college, because I went from 2-year and I transferred to a 4-year school. So that was a big adjustment as well. But when you just first started college, fresh, like brand new from high school, it's a whole new challenge for yourself. So that's a big deal. I don't really have a lot of life experiences if that's not relationships. But what I can bring up mostly my life that I feel like are still like one of my biggest challenges in my life ever would be college, because I feel like to me college was a big life change, big life challenge to me, and I could definitely relate. I could definitely take that and relate to my life, my personal life, because I feel like since I made it from college, since I graduated from college and I was done with school, I feel like I could do anything. Like I literally cannot see anything that can stop me. If I want to get that job, I'm going to do anything to get that job, because I feel like I've already experienced much bigger than that. Like I got my confidence from graduating from college, period, because I did it. Not everyone can graduate from college. Not everyone can say I have a bachelor's degree. Not everyone can say I have a whole psychology degree. I have a whole sociology degree. Not everyone can say that. So it takes a lot. It took a lot of confidence from me. It took a lot of self. I would say self failures, and like acknowledging my failures and taking them not as a way to stop me, not as a you know what I mean, not as
not to quit.
What's the word? Right. Not to quit, pretty much. Not to quit, but to keep going, to keep pushing. If I had to get away from my distractions, I did it. It was time for me for having fun. I did it. If it was time for me to go back and being focused, I knew how to bounce it back and back and forth. So really, I did tell myself there, and I did it. So that positive, and then really having that positive, safe environment. If you have that one person you can vent to, because life is hard. Life is life, period. We're all human. We're all living. We're all learning every day. We're all being our best selves every day. And there's nothing wrong to cry once in a while, but don't let it be what. Don't let it be the end. Don't let it be.
Life still goes on.
Life goes on.
Do not stop.
Your life. You woke up this morning. God gave you another chance. Like, take that as a what?
Take that as as motivation, as use that as a
period.
As a what's it called? That's God's gift to you, right there.
That is it.
Simple
because people don't understand that. We are human. We need a break sometimes, but that doesn't mean.
Yeah, that doesn't
running away from.
That doesn't mean to
running away from priorities.
That doesn't mean to stop living. That doesn't mean you should stop living.
Be back and keep it focused. Period.
And I think for an example for me, I would say, as far as vision, I also I always like to envision things as well, just as far as how things will look like. And so whatever it is I'm doing or want to do, especially if it's something that I want to do in the future that hasn't happened yet, I always envision what I might say or do, in that when that time comes. But one thing I don't do that I think gets people, mixed up is kind of having it almost script-like, where it's like, all right, I see it, and then you kind of make a script for it, and if it doesn't go according to that script in your head, you think you haven't, met that goal, or you haven't, or you failed in some type of way. And I think, and I don't do that for that very reason,
But give like a
because
specific example.
yeah.
Like, what was the thing?
So I would say, like, how would I put it? So I guess, like, let's say, so I had an assignment, for instance, right? So I have an assignment that I wasn't really, I guess I wasn't sure. It was like a health class, so I wasn't really sure how to approach it, right? So I wasn't sure how to approach it, and I didn't go about it in a sense where it was like, all right, let me just do let me just do a bunch of research and just, try to figure it out, or I didn't just cram. But I think so. I kind of, I kind of thought about it. I kind of took my time, and I thought about, I'm like, all right, I got, my dad's in the health field. Let me ask him about it. He gave me some insight on, the topic I was doing, at the time. I think it was about like mergers and, hospital mergers with companies, joint acquisition, something like that. But I had gotten some insight on that. Then I also did some additional research, put it together, and I kind of got the grasp on the concept of it. And then with that, I moved on, and then I went on to, from what I got from the concept and from what my dad gave me as far as insight and the research, then I put together my PowerPoint and so on. And so I wasn't really, I was, of course I was confident that I put in the work to get a good grade, but it wasn't like script, like where it was like, all right, this is exactly how I'm going to do, like, this is exactly how I'm going to do this assignment. Like, it wasn't planned out in that way. It was more of like, all right, let's see, you know, the best way I can learn how to understand the topic that was given to me. So what's the best way I can learn how to understand the topic that was given to me, instead of kind of just, maybe doing it in a conventional way and just trying to find so much books on it and kind of just losing myself and not understanding anything. So I think that, me just using the resources that I felt would help me, better understand the assignment, which of course led to me, completing the assignment and, getting an A on it, because I understood the concept and I used my resources wisely. But I also didn't, all of a sudden start, like, if I don't, get each and every, definition of this, kind of, I think people get caught up in, it's like, oh, if I don't know this, like, what's the definition of, I don't know, joint, like, what is a merger, what is this, and like kind of getting too, caught up in in these things that may make you lose yourself, as far as getting straight to the point, understanding what you're actually trying to accomplish here. And it's just getting the assignment and understanding, what it is you're trying to do. Because I'm just trying to present and have other people understand it, as well as I'm supposed to understand it, the assignment. So that's the main thing. That's the point, So, sometimes things aren't, are scripted in the sense that, oh, it's textbook like this. It has to go out. You have to learn it like this, or you have to understand it this way, or you have to go to, read this exact book to understand it. The way you come about, getting, for that, the ultimate, for that vision to kind of come into fruition, it can happen in, not exactly how it happened for somebody else, essentially. So that's what I've learned in different ways, in just that, seeing things, having that vision. It also comes with patience and understanding that things are not like it's still, you still have to go through life, period. It's not already, it's not like, again, it's not a textbook thing where it's like step 1, step 2, step 3, this is exactly how it's gonna go. You can have a kind of outline, or you could even have it like that, but if it doesn't go that way, again, it's not the end of the world. It's not a sign for you to quit. because this is life. So the vision is still there. It's kind of what it reminds me of. When That's So Raven, when she has a vision.
Yeah.
You ever notice that when she has the vision always comes true.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It's not that it doesn't come true, but the way she thinks it's gonna come true is different, right? So that's what happens.
It never
so
is.
she'll be like, oh my gosh, and the funny thing is the way and the funny thing is when she's. When it doesn't happen the way that she expects it to, like she gets into all her trouble and all of this, and it doesn't happen eventually, like without her realizing, like at the end of it all, the vision comes true without her really being in control. You know what I mean? She kind of thinks it's almost like she thinks she's in control of that vision
God.
coming.
Just because you have a gift don't mean that you can't get your God.
You know what I mean? So it's funny though. It's funny though how that parallel, but it's that's literally how it is though. We can have the vision,
true.
but us going, that vision coming true, does not it does not mean that things will go out exactly how we thought it will go, like how that vision will come to fruition. Will not be exactly how we thought it would come to fruition. You know
what? It's so funny that you said that, because
it's really still about.
We tend to always do that.
Yeah, of course, but that's why that faith is so important, because you understand that vision is gonna come through. It's just not
always
the way I thought it would.
Yeah.
It's just not the way we think it will. That's all.
And I don't even know if that's even like I don't even know if it's like better. Like either like I don't like you either you're like, oh, okay, so I mean it's also good to have to plan out, because I'm that kind of person. I like planning out things. But I feel like I get so disappointed when I plan things and don't turn out the way, because I'm already literally visualizing myself doing all of that.
You can plan things
then
out,
it never comes out, and I'm just like,
but
mad.
I think that happens. One, I think the main reason is because we tend to think, all of us do at times, think that we have more control than we do over a situation. Once we plan it, to a certain extent, you have to let go of the plan. The plan is it. You can plan it, and to a certain point, it's like, all right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna wear this. I'm gonna say that. All right, whatever happens after that is not in your control. That's the thing. You could go to a job interview and say, all right, this is what I'm gonna say to the person interviewing me. How they respond, what they think of it, their reaction is not in your control.
It's one thing that you told me,
but you can plan, that
I'm still learning and doing, because honestly, this podcast is not us being perfect or telling you what to do with your life. It's us sharing that's the best way. They're sharing our own life experiences, and we're relating to one another. And then we're also talking as in we're having a conversation. Of course. And that's why we love you, for you guys to listen to it, and you can always DM us. We can always have a conversation or whatever. But one thing that you'll always tell me, you're like, oh, it's obviously, and I've seen this somewhere too, and you've also said that, once you know you can't control something, it's once you understand that you can't control something, makes life easier. So it's understanding you can't control certain things. If there's something that you were trying to, if that's how you plan things and things didn't turn out, that doesn't mean it'll never turn out one day, or it'll never happen, or you shouldn't you shouldn't feel down or whatever, because something didn't turn out, because obviously didn't turn out this way for a reason. What if he had turned out this way and it's something bad would have happened? Exactly. So there's always a reason for certain things. Exactly. And it's weird as it sounds, because I feel like God always does things for a reason.
Of course. And it's always best.
So his time is always the best, and just pray about it before you do certain things. That's why you gotta pray and then plan out things. In all things, facts. So you're not just jumping ahead and be like, this is my goals, this is my goals, and I'm gonna go pray. God is not going to listen to you. He's like, okay, you come to me after you make your plan. Okay,
Yeah.
then go ahead, do your own thing.
Yo, that's
You
facts.
pray first, and then you leave it up to him,
Yeah, that's how
and
it
then
goes.
watch him work.
That's it.
As
That's it.
we're human and we're very stubborn. We don't understand. But
Yeah. We have to
again,
go back to the. We
we have to remind
check
ourselves.
ourselves.
Yeah.
We have to check ourselves because we do that too often, and then we get disappointed with the results when we're not in control of the results. Pretty much most
And
of
we
the
like
time.
to control things. We like to
Yeah.
manipulate things.
Yeah.
You know what?
We want to try to that's a good word though. We want to manipulate things in a way, and we manipulate it by doing what Grace just said. We'll try to make the plans first, then we'll pray to God, and it's like, all right, I already made the plans. So it's like, and then so it's like kind of, you know what I mean? You're defeating the purpose. It's like, what's the point of? All right, you're gonna pray after it, and it's like, but you didn't even go to him to consult him for him to intercede, for him to be in the middle of your actions. Because if you already put the actions, then you're not involving him. So now you're going to him after the fact to kind of like, all right, yeah, I mean, I'm already gonna do what I want to do, but you have something to say. So it kind of, you gotta, you if you're really about being successful, and you really, and having God in your plans and him guiding you, and having, so even when things go wrong, it works in your favor because that's what God will do for you. Then you have to go to him first,
because
Grace was
while
saying.
you pray, before even going to him, he already knows.
Exactly.
That's the thing, because he's trying you.
Yeah.
Because when you remember to put him first, that's when it works better.
Of course.
Like, even when you pray, he already knows what you're going to ask. He already knows your heart. So as soon as you go pray first, you already did the right
step. Yep.
The right step, the right first thing.
Yep.
And then you go put your goal. That is already, because he already know. You don't even have to say it, but just for you. I mean, you go and you write it down.
Yeah.
But as soon as you have prayed first, you've already
started off right.
You've
right
already,
there.
You've already told him that goal of yours, and then like going there, not even like mentioning and just praying, just because like, God, thank you for
just being thankful.
for like, thank you because I'm so grateful for the life you gave me.
Yep.
I'm so grateful because
Amen.
you've kept giving me chances in life, even though I don't deserve it.
Yep.
Like being grateful, you've already set it up.
Exactly. You've already set up yourself for success, literally, and that's the success that you see in the vision, because you go to God first, and you that's where you get the guidance, the wisdom, the ability to have that humility, throughout the journey, within that vision, you'll see a lot of things, throughout the journey that you're going through, you'll see a lot of things. And again, how it's not gonna go exactly how you think it'll come to fruition, but you just know and have faith that it will. And those times, those bumps in the road, where things that obviously you didn't necessarily expect to happen along the way, that's where God is there to carry that weight, that can be too hard to carry, to give you that boost, to strengthen you, to keep you going, during those hard times, and of course to give him and the more glory to him when during those moments of success, those real high moments, and at the end of it all, each and every time, unfailingly, God will always set you up for success. Never failure. God is true to who he is. He and his reputation is great. So he's going to, you whatever you're doing, God leading the way, success is the, is the outcome, and he's not leading you towards, failure or anything of that sort. You just have to keep, putting your trust in him. Because when you put your trust in him, you understand that that vision, that successful vision, will come to pass. It will come true. It will come to fruition. And every vision that you get along the way, that is a part of your purpose. that God has given you and placed in and has placed in your heart, to accomplish as you go through the journey of life, So it's really important that we put him first, put God first, and go to him first, with our plans and everything that we want to do, and everything regarding the vision that he's given us, that we see every waking moment, of you, whatever dream that you have, when you're sleeping, and even when you're up awake and you're just thinking about it, every every minute, every hour, that it's on your mind, always, keep God in the loop, and always, have faith in that.
Preach.
Have faith that, again, it will be successful, and there will be bumps in the road. But the bumps in the road is not a reason to quit. That's a part of life. Bumps in the road are a part of life, no matter what. So that is definitely not a sign or a reason to quit. Quitting is not an option. Keep going, keep going, keep going. The success is in the vision. It's there. The vision is a success. You see it as a success, and you see it as a success for a reason. So don't doubt it. Don't beat yourself up. Don't quit. Don't doubt yourself. And keep going. Keep going, keep going, keep going, and keep living your life. Understanding that there's success in that vision. Absolutely.
Focus on that vision. See
It's
yourself
there.
in that vision.
It's for you. It's for you. It's for
and
you.
embrace the moment.
Embrace it each and every day, and understand it's for you. Understand it's for you for sure.
And honestly, yeah, we're not saying it's gonna be easy, or because some, understand, some people might have, before they get to that point, they might have some shitty jobs, or some shitty shit's happening. What do you have to say about that? Certain things are going to happen eventually when you're I feel like when you're going for greatness, the devil's gonna try you.
Of course. So
those
those moments.
It's devil's work.
Those moments. Those are the moments where the doubts creep in, and all those thoughts creep in. Trying to have you think that in your current situation you're not gonna get out of it, and that is you have to understand that there's a timing for everything. And just because you're not, in the situation you want to be, it speaks to what we've been saying. And it's just that, just because you're not there yet, or you're not the way that you're going for that vision that you're hoping for, and that you see that's going to come to pass in the future, just because the steps to get there are not exactly how you envisioned it, does not mean that vision is not real, or it's not going to be a success. No, you just have to, again, have that faith and understand that, hey, this is the current situation I'm in, and be a good,
be vulnerable with your moment.
Just still continue to have gratitude, continue to be thankful, that you're alive, that you're living, that you can do the things that you do, even still, and that when the timing is right, you'll get on to the next level, and then the next level, as you continue to progress towards that that vision that you have, and that is it's not a sign or a reason to quit, just because the current situation you're in is not where you want to be. It's not your ideal situation. There's a reason why you're in that situation right now. You're where you are. You're in your current job, or wherever you're at. You're where you are for a reason, and you're gonna be there until you're God has deemed you ready to get to the next level. All right, you've exercised patience at this level here, so now you're ready to take on this next level, because if you did not exercise patience here, if I take you over here, you're gonna drop back down to the situation you were in, because you were not ready to even get to the next step towards seeing that vision come to fruition. So you being where you're at is for a reason. You have to understand that. You have to humble yourself and really realize that, all right, there's a reason I'm still at this current situation. So let me continue to be a faithful steward. Let me continue to do handle business. So do what you have to do. Get get your work done, and do what you have to do, and be faithful where you are, and God will elevate you. God will elevate you. He's true to who he is. He will elevate you from wherever you are, and then you'll get to that next step. He gave you that vision, so it's not like you're just sitting there. He doesn't want you to get to where to the place he wants you to go, to where to the place, to the vision he's allowed you to see, and that with all of that, you have to understand all of that. You have to put that into perspective. So where you are now, be faithful where you are now, and keep going, and be rest assured that things will happen at the right time, in God's perfect timing.
Everything has its own time. Like they say, like everything in its own time. Don't rush the process.
Don't rush the process. Enjoy it. Love the process.
Love the process. Enjoy it.
Fall in love with the process. Fall in love with it, because it's a part of life. Simple as that. So, once again, this is all a part of success.
Is
in the vision. That's episode 15.
15. Thanks again.
And don't worry, y'all. We got more coming your way.
Back to back.
Much love, y'all. Kwanza Global family, we out.
Peace.
Peace.